All right, well, welcome back. Yes, thanks for staying with us on the show. Hey, I'd like to introduce a couple new friends that we've come across here in the studio. We've got Kirssi Edgington, owner of KPE Consulting, co-creator of Project 44, and Angela Touseull, Be the Match community engagement representative. Ladies, thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks for having us.
Hi, new friends.
Hi.
They are
Some
new
of my
friends.
favorite people right here.
Well, we're still here with Samantha Smith, but we wanted to really bring and shine a light on the great work that your groups and organizations have been up to. First, Angela, can you tell us a bit about Be the Match, the National Bone Marrow Registry?
Right. Be the Match is an international bone marrow registry. We can cure 70 different blood diseases with a transplant. Oh, wow. So it starts with joining. You have to be 18 to 44 to sign up, be in good general health, and be willing to donate to anyone in need. So it's just filling out a form, like Samantha said, and doing 4 quick cheek swabs.
So the education is the key because there's such a lack of knowledge about this, and also a trepidation of fear. Bar none of what this entails, right?
Right. I wish I had a nickel for every time somebody said it hurts. Right. And I really want to say, you want to talk to a leukemia patient because they can tell you what pain's all about. This is nothing. It's very easy. There are 2 ways to donate, as Samantha said, and 75% of the time it's done through your arm. Where they're filtering the stem cells from the blood, and it takes about 4 to 6 hours. It's an outpatient procedure, no cost at all to the donor.
Wow.
Well, I know your own life has been kind of touched by this registry.
Right.
Also. Can you tell us a bit, because I imagine that has inspired you to become involved with the organization as well.
It has. I've been with Be the Match about 6 years, and started this job because my brother had leukemia, and there's 6 in our family. So the first thing when somebody is diagnosed is they're going to check siblings if a transplant's needed, because you have a 30% chance of matching your sibling. So we were all tested, and no matches. So my brother's doctor went to the Be the Match registry, and we were able to find a match for him. He did pass away 3 months after his transplant. A lot of our patients get what's called graft versus host disease, and it's where your body is fighting off the good cells because it doesn't realize they're good cells.
Oh, wow.
And for a cancer patient, that is really difficult for them to overcome because their body's so compromised anyway.
I'm so sorry that happened.
Well, it inspired me to come to Be the Match because we were so thankful that he had that time, that extra time, and that somebody was willing to step up and be a donor for him when we weren't able to. I mean, it's amazing to me as his sister that I wasn't his match, but a total stranger was, and that's what we're just trying to get the word out, that it is so easy. And if it were someone in your family that was in need, you would want everyone to sign up. So just please put yourself in these family shoes and sign up. It's so easy.
No, and I told you we've got 20 people on the other side of this building, and we're going to make sure our entire team is on it.
That's great.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
I mean, again, to reiterate, for patients diagnosed with leukemia, lymphoma, and other life-threatening diseases, a bone marrow or a cord blood transplant may be their best or only hope for a cure, right? But yet 70% of the patients who need a transplant do not have a fully matched donor in their family.
Right.
And that's huge. That's where Be the Match actually comes into play.
Right. So we're encouraging people to widen that pool of potential donors because, as Samantha said, we have the cures. We know how to fix these things. We just have to find that one person who matches that patient, can save their life. And so it takes somebody to sign up.
Which is the crazy thing. I think everybody thinks of cancer and they think if I could do anything, if I could make a difference, I would. And we're giving people an avenue, a way, a resource to do that. I'm not sure people are aware of that. So you can do something in the face of cancer, and you can do something that 100% help cure them. You can be their cure. You just have to hop on the registry.
And put your concern where your mouth is, and this is a great segue because it's as easy as a swab. So we got several members on our team that are actually part of the register, but I'm not. As we continue to talk, we can get me registered as well, right? So we want everyone to see how easy this is. So we're going to do this right now.
It doesn't hurt.
It doesn't hurt.
It does not hurt.
I've been told it's not going to hurt.
It's not going to hurt.
It's not going to hurt.
But that was a joke, actually. We're going to torture you now.
We're going to take you in the back room.
So it's the puns, right? The puns.
That part's not going to hurt.
All right. So what do we do here?
So you're just going to take that swab, and in between your cheek and your gum,
Right.
you're going to get some cells on there, rub it back and forth like you're brushing your teeth for about 10 seconds.
Okay.
So you're going to kind of stay at
right
the
in here.
top.
Right at the top. All right.
We're going to do 4 swabs, 4 quadrants of your mouth. And then after we're done, we'll send that to our repository in Minneapolis, and you just kind of hang out and wait and see if you're ever called. You have a 1 in 430 chance of being called.
Right.
Okay, you're going to give that back.
Sure.
And then do same side at the bottom.
Okay.
You have about a 1 in 430 chance of being called as a match. The younger you are, the more likely it is you'll get called. We hang out on college campuses a lot because doctors choose younger donors 90% of the time, because if the donor's younger, our patients get less of that graft versus host that I was talking about with my brother.
And the
so
other side?
other side at the top.
See?
Are you in any pain?
I am not in any pain.
Good.
You
Watch
look
this.
great.
Thank you.
You've never looked
Appreciate it.
better.
Never looked better. Saying your
And-
life looks good on you.
It does. It does. And you're going to have great karma the rest of your life because
right.
you're doing
There we
something.
go.
Yeah,
See?
Angela will go to college campuses and tell them, like, you'll get an A on your next exam.
Yes.
I'm like, we're going to get sued.
Yeah.
We're going to get sued.
But for a good cause.
That's
yeah.
right. That's
but I'll
right.
take it. I'll take the
That's
lawsuit.
right.
All right. See? That's all.
Okay, as you do that,
this is
I'm
great.
going to talk
Thanks
over
a lot,
you.
Jim. I
If that's
appreciate
the
that.
closest. Yeah.
Wow. Feel it-
When's
oh, I got
last
a
time
feeling
you-
that I got to
When's
fix.
the last time you've been to the dentist?
I'm
No.
saying. Cleanest my teeth have ever been.
Kirssi, I want to turn it to you. You co-founded Project 44,
Yeah.
which works in tandem with Be the Match and the Indiana Blood Center. Can you tell us more about Project 44, the significance behind the 44? I know it's Andrew's number, but there's more significance to that is in terms of the project too. So tell us all about Project 44.
Yep. So, in partnership with Butler University, we came together and in 2016 wanted to figure out how we could really honor Andrew in a way that not only acknowledged what he gave and did for the university and Butler's community, but also tried to continue the mission that he and Samantha started out with, during his journey. So we put our heads together, and it kind of all started with our live mascot program, Butler Blue 3-year trip, as we all know and love him. And we wanted to give him something that he could really put his brand power behind. And so we figured that the Be the Match registry, something that was so near and dear to their hearts and something that needed attention. So Butler created Project 44 in partnership with Be the Match. And Tripp is actually a national ambassador for Be the Match, so we're really excited about that. But the goal of Project 44 is to save 44 lives, or essentially create 44 matches. And so, as you said, Andrew wore the number 44 as a player on Butler's men's basketball team. And so it sounds like a really easy thing to do, right? 44 is not that big of a number, but with the math of 430 registrants to a match, it becomes a quite large number. 18,920. Yes, to Give or be take. exact. So
That was some quick math. Good.
yeah, we've recited it a few
I've gotten this a few
times.
times. I'm terrible.
By now. But so we started out with that goal, and we've already had 2 of those matches made, I believe,
Yes.
officially as part of the program. We have a really exciting one that we'll be celebrating here soon. But so for each new registry member that joins through Project 44, we get to kind of fill that barometer a little further and make our way towards our goal. And so every year we kind of do our big push around, heading into basketball season and, of course, March Madness. We have a fantastic...
The best time of year.
That's
Yes.
right. Oh, my gosh. The We very have a best.
fantastic
partnership with Be the Match, and out of their national office as well, have a program that they've been pushing the past year. So we've started to really see some traction take off, and we actually have... last year was the first year of a Project 44 actual game at Hinkle, but this year we have a really marquee matchup. It's the Villanova home game on December 30th. That will be on CBS Major. national
Wow.
broadcast. Major. So
we are so thrilled about that.
That's
it's
incredible.
a big East home opener for us, and we have some really special, exciting stuff planned for the game. So we couldn't be more excited about how things are rolling, and of course, trying to make sure along the way that we're keeping it tied to Andrew's spirit and the cause that he championed so personally through his battle. So we're really happy to be here in this partnership.
Regarding the process, once you're in the registry, what is the process if you're actually selected as a match?
Angela, I'll let you take that one.
Yeah, there's 2 ways to donate. The first way, 75% of the time, it's called a peripheral blood stem cell donation. So it's a needle in one arm, they take the blood and the stem cells out and filter that, and then they put the blood back in the other arm minus the stem cells. So there's just a small bag of stem cells is what that patient needs. We put it in a cooler, head to the airport, and fly it to wherever the patient is. 25% of the time, it's done under anesthesia. It's a needle in your hip. That usually is if you match a child. At Riley, they almost always want our donors to donate through their hip.
Got it.
But with both types of donation, it's just like a blood donation where in 4 to 6 weeks your body regenerates more. So we're not asking for your kidney. We just
So it would hurt for a second, and everybody can get through it.
Well, even with the peripheral, like that's, very much so like giving blood.
Yes.
And then even in the hip, I've spoken with donors that have gone that route, and he said at most you feel like you slip on ice the next day. But beyond, going back to work, all that, like walk out that day. It's all very simple and all.
No, point is,
very
it's a
painless.
non-issue.
It is a non-issue.
The process is easy, and literally, there should be no excuse to actually do this. It's simply
Not to do it, you mean?
Yes,
Right.
that's what I meant.
That's what we are proponent for doing it.
To be clear.
To be clear, there's no excuse not to do it, and honestly, it's a bloody embarrassment that we have this as a lack of education that's keeping people from helping those who are in need right now. People are dying because they don't have these type of resources every day.
Every day.
Right.
And like Angela was saying, Be the Match takes every potential, issue and takes care of it as far as cost. So you don't pay anything. If you have to go to the hospital and to do, to give your blood or whatever, and you need someone to drive you there, they'll take care of that. If you need your dog boarded while you do it, they'll take care of that. They take away every single reason as to why someone would say, I can't.
Right. Right, because we know that this was not something you were counting on doing, so we want it to be as easy as possible on the donor. Sure. You're a hero. What you're doing is amazing. You're saving someone's life. And, sometimes when people sign up, you're thinking about how this might impact a patient, but I can tell you the donor's life is impacted incredibly as well. It's life-changing for them, and how do you thank someone who saved your loved one's life? There's no words.
Well, and even Angela and I both, we've had the same experience of maybe that transplant not coming to fruition and that person not getting that healing. It buys you time and gives you those conversations. The Andrew getting a bone marrow transplant is the only reason why I got one last Christmas with Andrew.
Oh my gosh.
It's the only reason why we were able to have very important conversations that made it easier for me moving forward as far as decision making. So even if someone's not, fully healed, which obviously is always the end goal, but realistically not always, it still is so important. It still gives family time for, conversations, events, holidays sometimes. So it's still important regardless of that actual life saving or not.
I want to make sure viewers know all the different ways they can help Be the Match. One of them is purchasing a shirt that I'd like to model, if that's okay.
Yeah, that'd be great. You have a career in this.
Okay, so tell them about where they can do this, where they can buy this, that kind of thing.
So the shop, actually, Kirssi, I'm going to let you chat about the shop because they're wonderful.
Wow.
So the shop...
We're trying to get them on the show as well.
Okay, well, they are fantastic. They just opened their second location at Clay Terrace, but they're...
All right, so
So it's the Shop Indy. They have locations in Broad Ripple and Clay Terrace, and they approached us actually after kind of the last year's media push for Project 44 and just said, hey, we feel like we need to do something to help. What can we do? And so they enlisted their own designers. They came up with this amazing shirt. There's another version that just has a really awesome 44 in the middle of it with the Project 44 logo.
They're
The
really
shirts,
cute.
They're so cute
and they're so
soft.
comfortable.
So comfortable.
They're so comfortable. They retail for $25, and out of that, they donate $10 to the Be the Match bone marrow registry. So we're so thankful for their partnership. We hope to see a lot more traction. Just from the first month of sales alone, we saw an incredible donation from them. And so we're so thankful for the shop and for everyone who purchased the T-shirts in support of the program.
Because it not only supports the program, but then it even starts conversations. So like,
I've had-
I'll have friends that say, I wore this, and they ask what it meant. And again, it kind of gives you that avenue to.
Every
to
time
say
I
that.
wear mine out, actually, somebody will stop me and say, "I love your shirt. Where'd you get that?" And it's like,
Well,
do you
let me
know
tell
what
you.
it is? Let me tell you what it is, and then I'll tell you where to get it. So
So we're going to make it even easier. There's so many ways to help, but you can literally text to the number 38470, the word Andrew. And you can buy the Project 44 Moose shirt at the shop Indy, right? And every shirt purchase, $10 goes directly to Be the Match in the name of Project 44. So the number is 38470 with the word Andrew, and you can actually sign up right there.
Yep.
Very, very easy.
They'll send you a link to sign up for the registry.
They'll send you a link. You know what? We're going to actually do that right after the show here. We're going to light up a few shirts here for the staff. How about that?
That's great.
I'm going to wear it every day.
Now, have your friends and family members join the registry as well. I mean, bring Samantha into your business to speak. I mean, literally. And finally, you can actually call the number 317-916-5110 to request a registry kit as well.
Right.
You can also hop on to butler.edu/Project 44.
Yep. So all of our recent media of the program, links to the registry, anything you need is on there.
And we'll be sure to share all of that information in the show notes as well.
Perfect.
'Cause that's a lot for
Absolutely.
people to take in right now.
Yeah.
So we're going to challenge as a marketing agency. We've got a pretty sizable agency here. We got about 17 people here. We're going to challenge our own staff and get us all as we can registered. And on top of that, we're going to challenge some other marketing firms here in the city to be able to throw down and hey. Put your mouth where your concern is.
Absolutely.
Huh?
And your money.
Well,
We want your money too.
we want your money too. So we'll name a few.
calling them out.
There. We're calling them out.
That's what we do
here. We get
Matchbook
really-
Creative, right upstairs. We are challenging you guys right now. You better be. I mean, they're right upstairs, so we can go march up there.
You know where they live.
We
we can find them.
She says creepily in the mic.
We know where you live.
and we know where you park too, and we can literally stand right in front of your cars
I won't
until.
let them leave. Okay. I will.
Well, you have to come home with me
Right,
to
well,
mark
I-
it, but yes.
Yes, absolutely.
But we'll certainly give a shout out to all of our partner companies out there that we know and love, and they're doing a great thing in their space, and they always want to jump into these type of initiatives, and this is certainly one where marketing firms can truly get the word out. So
It's your job.
Absolutely,
It's our job.
So we're going to tell them, do your job.
Do your job. Buy the shirts and book her to speak at your
And
establishment.
There it is.
And
See?
join the registry.
And join the
Join the
registry
registry.
and go to Butler.
We don't ask
and do all
much.
the things.
Wow. All right, so you can connect at all the different places. We're going to throw them in the show notes and post it on all the things.
All the things. We're going to put all the information.
Okay.
Very good.
And I want to thank you again for being here. I'm so glad I got to meet you.
Absolutely.
I'm so glad we get to be best friends
I
now.
know. Rearrange your room.
I know
I'm
this
so
will be
excited.
great. I
This
can't
will be
wait.
great.
I can't wait to decorate your house.
Husband's okay with this.
Just remember not to feed her after midnight. Okay.
Well, I feel like donuts is okay though. I eat donuts after midnight, so
done.
Have you seen Brittany eating donuts after
Not
midnight?
yet.
It's scary.
not yet.
All right. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you for having us.
For what
Thank
you're
you.
doing. It's a huge cause, and fight the good fight because awareness here is incredible. And you've got to make everybody aware that it's so easy to do these
It's so
things.
easy.
Fantastic. Well, we'll certainly be cheering you from our own parapets and social media, and let us know if we can do anything else for this cause. All right?
Will
Thank
do.
you.
Thank you so much.
You're more than welcome.